How's it going? Everyone got quite a lot to talk about in this video. We are gonna go over a unfortunate reality in gaming these days where online games do in fact shut down. This one was available on PlayStation Plus, I believe, a while ago, but it will be officially shutting down in 2025. Hey, having a damn near 4-year run for a game is actually pretty decent. The issue is, this was a pay-to-play game, and that's always a bummer to see that happen, and your purchase, if you did make it, essentially become null and void. Another game from the 2010 eras will be coming to PlayStation 5. I've talked about this a little bit, and we talked about it yesterday if you watched our upcoming October games video in regards to Shadows of the Damned Remastered. There's this bevy of titles that are lower-key PlayStation 3 360 era games that are being lost in the shuffle. Another one that's going to be coming to PlayStation, El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron. Now, I noted that this game had seen a re-release. However, that re-release was only available on Nintendo Switch and PC. We'll talk about the PS5 release in a little bit. And Final Fantasy 16, it gets a little bit of a restructuring on the PlayStation Store. We'll get to that at the end of this video. Right off the top, Hood Outlaws and Legends will be shutting down in 2025. Announced just recently, Hood Outlaws and Legends end of service. Dear Outlaws, we regret to inform you that our game, Hood Outlaws and Legends, will be ending service on February 18th. After this date, the game, along with any additions, DLCs, and Battle Pass items, will no longer be accessible. My main issue is with stuff like this, it would be nice if they could bake in some sort of offline component. I get that that's, you know, easier said than done, but given that people did spend their money on the game, it would be nice to preserve it in some fashion. But it is what it is. This has been a difficult but necessary decision, and we understand it may be disappointing. The Hood team deeply thank you for your support and dedication throughout this incredible adventure. We cherished every part of it, and we hope your memories of Hood Outlaws and Legends will be as treasured as ours. They do note the key date. As part of the scheduled shutdown process, you will find below 2 key dates with the termination steps. October 16th, digital and physical retail sales will stop. I don't know who's going into a store and buying a physical copy of Hood Outlaws and Legends, but nevertheless, refunds will be offered to players who purchased the game 14 days prior to this announcement until the termination of sales, and then on February the 18th, that is when the game will be shutting down and end of service. If you don't know, Hood Outlaws and Legends was actually a game done by Sumo Digital, who have developed games like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Like, they have a pretty solid track record of games that they've done in the past, so an unfortunate reality when it comes to games shutting down, but an expected reality for a lot of games. And hey, having a 4-year run for an online title, that's not all too bad, but at the same time would be nice to bake in some sort of offline component. But what can you do? These are the unfortunate realities of gaming these days. Alright, moving on from that, how about some better news? El Shaddai Ascension of Metatron will be coming to PlayStation 5 in the form of an HD remaster during a Creator Talk live stream. It was randomly just dropped as, that's right, I can say whatever I want. For example, I'm saying this for the first time, but it's completely fine for me to say right now that we're making a PlayStation 5 version of El Shaddai. El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron is probably not going to be a game that everybody gets ecstatic for. Probably from the standpoint that a lot of people don't even know what this game is. I played this game back when it initially came out in, I believe, 2010, 2011. I believe I was a Gamefly subscriber at that point because, you know, in 2011, my finances were still a little bit tight as a teenager. Can't be dropping $60 on an El Shaddai, but renting it via Gamefly, that was on the table. And it was a pretty cool game, marrying a lot of different gameplay styles, having a very interesting point of view. I was probably a little bit too young to comprehend the narrative of the game, but I remember really enjoying it from a gameplay standpoint. And this HD remaster already dropped on Steam back in 2021. It's available on Nintendo Switch as well. For some reason, it never came out on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, nor on Xbox, but now it will be coming to PlayStation 5, at least at some point. We still don't know an official release date. El Shaddai, originally released in 2011, is a unique third-person action-adventure game filled with a deeply artistic world-building, outstanding aesthetics, and thrilling battles. Experience an incredible mix of 2D-like platformer sections and a colorful 3D world in an exceptional setting. The art style is really, really captivating as far as its presentation goes. It's just incredibly aesthetic as far as that's concerned. The artistic setting aims to provide a canvas-like world that changes in an organic way. As long as you progress your adventure, the world keeps changing constantly in the most creative and innovative ways, perhaps even nostalgic. Easy to play, hard to master. You'll have only 4 buttons: jump, attack, guard, and weapon stealing, but this simple way of proceeding in deeper than one can expect. There is no need of manuals or walkthroughs to get into the game, but if anybody is ready to deepen their mechanics, the game will offer a profound, precise, and rewarding timing-based action experience. The motto of El Shaddai's gameplay always was to be easy but profound. Many of the game's mechanics, such as the offense-defense systems, were carefully created to provide the best possible game feel. The game's got a very positive reception on Steam, 294 reviews, 86% of those reviews are positive, and now the game is looking to make its way over to PlayStation 5. So I doubt that this is going to be a game a ton of people will check out, but probably not one I would spend $29.99 or $39.99, whatever it's priced at. But once it goes on sale, like south of $10, or offered as a PlayStation Plus title, because I could easily see that, I think it'll be worthwhile to give it a playthrough at that point. Lastly, I want to give you guys a note that Final Fantasy 16 Complete Edition, featuring the main game and both DLCs, is now available on the PlayStation Store. The Standard Edition has also been discounted. This is reflecting the PC release structure, the base game being $49.99 and the Complete Edition being the full $70. Now, at this point, if you've already waited 15 months to play FF16, y'all already know what I'm going to say. Wait for the Complete Edition to get discounted. At some point, the Complete Edition is going to be like 40% off or 50% off. At that point, this is going to be a worthwhile pickup, given that you're getting both expansions as well. I'm surprised that Square Enix didn't make much of a deal about this re-release. Like, why not maybe coincide the release of the FF16 Complete Edition, do a physical release, and also make it PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced? It's about keeping the game in the news cycle. FF16 is a game that, from a visual standpoint, did have its shortcomings on PlayStation 5, especially in that performance mode. Well, if the PlayStation 5 Pro comes out, PSSR is a thing, and it can enhance Final Fantasy 16 quite a bit, that would be like a pretty good elevation of the game and people wanting to check it out. Re-release the Complete Edition as a physical release, maybe if you can include all of the content on the disc. We always like to see that. Just something I feel like would have been nice for them to do, but FF16 has not even been announced to be PS5 Pro Enhanced. One of the promoted games is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and for a lot of people, that game alone has been enough to sell them on the PS5 Pro because of the PSSR enhancements in that game. Well, if you can do that with FF7 Rebirth, I would imagine you could do something compelling with Final Fantasy 16. Hopefully, that is rolled out at some point as well. I know that Final Fantasy 16 is quite a divisive game. I'm playing through it again right now on PC, and I still love the game. I get that a lot of people are down on the super action-heavy nature of the game being more of an action game than an RPG, but man, I love the narrative. I love that we get an older JRPG main character. Like, so often, JRPGs kind of end up with a 15-year-old main character, sometimes an 18 to 20-year-old main character like you had in like Tales of Vesperia, but Clive being a little bit more mature, I feel like having a more mature main character kind of goes in line with the hardest of the hardcore Final Fantasy fan base. Is probably around Clive's age at this point, so, there you go with that. I did appreciate that aspect as well, but that's gonna do it for me. Again, Hood Outlaws and Legends will be officially shutting down in February. Sales will be suspended in October. I shouldn't say suspended, completely pulled. El Shaddai Ascension of Metatron will be dropping on PlayStation 5 sometime in the future, and Final Fantasy 16 gets a restructured release on PlayStation Store with a Complete Edition as well. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.